Hello everybody, if you're new here, welcome to my channel, and if not, then welcome back to another one of my videos. Today's video is a very exciting video. It's my last one before my 5 days of Vlogmas, which is something that I've always liked to do as a content creator before I even started this YouTube channel. I love the concept of like the 12 days of posting or like the 12 days of holiday themed content, but your girl cannot do 12 days of YouTube videos. So I shortened it to 5, and I've got some really exciting videos coming, but before we get into that, I have one last recommendation video, and it is a collab with Naima from Naima Reads. This is now our second collab video together, which is crazy. It feels like just last month we did our first one, but today's collab video is going to be for MAFIA Romance Recommendations. It's actually funny because the first video, or one of the first videos I saw from Naima, was her MAFIA Romance recommendation video back in like 2021. I think it was over the summer. So when I was asking a few other booktubers if they would collab with me for a few videos this season, she said she would love to collab with me for MAFIA RECS, and I was very excited because it just feels like a very full circle moment. Kind of surreal, but anyway, I'm really excited for the recommendations we're going to bring to you guys today because we have pretty similar tastes, but also all of the MAFIA recommendations I've gotten from her have been top tier, so definitely make sure you check out her video. I will link it in the description. Her channel will be there, her video. Make sure you check her out. And thank you again to Naima for collabing with me. We're gonna get into the recommendations now. I actually have a lot of good ones today. I have a pretty long list. I surprisingly haven't really done a recommendation video for MAFIA before, even though I had a underrated MAFIA sometime over last summer. I will link it down below if you want to check it out, but those ones were specifically underrated. These ones are just my favorites currently. I don't know why, but November, December has been such a major MAFIA reading month for me, so I have quite a stack. I'm excited to get into them, but before we do, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I cannot believe it, but we have actually hit 2,000 subscribers, which is crazy. Thank you guys so much. We doubled my goal for 2022, so that is absolutely amazing. Thank you guys again. I'm very appreciative. Perfect holiday gift for me. Makes me so happy, but anyway, we're gonna get into the video now. Thank you so much for watching. Let's go. So we're gonna kind of jump into the deep end here. This one is very MAFIA heavy. It's also a pretty dark book. So like I said, we're jumping straight off into the deep end. The first book I'm gonna be recommending is No Saint by Rhea Wilde. This is a dark book. As you might be able to tell from this cover, it's got pretty dark vibes, but it is a kind of kidnapping, forced marriage, MAFIA romance. So it follows Gabriel, whose brother dies at the beginning of this book, and then he finds out that his brother has a son, which was a result of a quick fling he had with somebody he met for like a one-night stand. So he goes to kidnap his nephew to keep his family safe because his family's kind of under attack. So yeah, once he goes to find his nephew, his plans are to just kill his nephew's mother, like doesn't really care for her, but he gets there and she is definitely not the person he thought she was. She is very protective of her son. She is very strong-willed too, and he ends up kidnapping her as well as her son and bringing them back to his like family's home, and it kind of goes from there. After a while, it is a bit of a slow burn too, so this book is I think like 350 pages, maybe 375, so not too thick, but the slow burn really shocked me in this one. I was not anticipating it, but it was actually so good. It definitely fit the plot because Gabriel is a bit of an anti-hero. I mean, as you can tell, he kidnapped her, he forced her to marry him, you know, but really I think Rhea Wilde wrote him as an anti-hero really well. He totally had his groveling moments. He is very much touch when I kill you, and he's very like broody and grumpy and very in control, and I don't know, I just really enjoyed it. This whole list kind of has like unique MAFIA plots that you might not have seen before. This one, not the most unique on this list, I won't lie, but it is just a really good MAFIA romance and I really enjoyed it. I actually made notes of which part of the MAFIA they belong to, and so this book, No Saint, is based in the world of the Italian MAFIA, which is like the family but in Italian, and I'm not gonna try and butcher it. But guys, I've been like stocking up on my MAFIA lingo. I'm feeling very proud of myself. I just don't know how to pronounce them yet. Next up is a fun one. This one is Make Me by Summer O'Toole. This one, as you could probably guess, is Irish MAFIA, but you also have a bit of Italian, if I'm correct, so it's a little bit of both, but this one is pretty unique. So this is a stalker romance, but the hero is not the stalker in this one, the heroine is. Actually, I take that back. They kind of split the stalking duties here, but for the main part and the beginning part, the heroine starts stalking the hero Cash because she suspects that he knows something about her friend's disappearance. So she starts stalking him, and she's not very good at it. He totally notices. He's like, why is this girl stalking me? But they're pretty instantly attracted to each other, and so that definitely leads places. She tries to like continue stalking him to know more about his life, to like try and pin her friend friend's murder on him, and he kind of knows like the entire time. She's not really doing what she's thinking she's doing, but he ends up getting a job at his restaurant, which helps in her plan to get more information out of him. And I don't know, from there it's just like a kind of funny, really humorous. There's also a lot of steam in this one. Like this, guys, this is one of the steamiest books I've read, but at the same time it was kind of slow burn, and it was very spicy, it was very steamy. There is some kinks in this one. I loved it. It was so fun. The hero, Cash, is also a bit of an anti-hero, not as much as the last one, but he's very like mysterious, dark-haired, broody mafia man. So are all the heroes on this list. But yeah, that one was Make Me by Summer O'Toole. Like I said, that's the Irish mob. I don't think that matters too much to people when you're choosing a mafia read. I don't really even know why I'm saying that, but I'm just like proud of myself for remembering which part of the mafia they're in. Okay, this next one is kind of like a mafia crossover. I am going to be recommending Wicked by Emma Jones, and if you watch my rant video on this one, which there are spoiler parts and spoiler free parts, if you want to watch that video, it is on my channel, but also the like timestamps for spoilers and non-spoilers are in the comments pinned if you want to check it out. But anyway, I did say this wasn't my favorite book of all time, but I also did say it was good enough that I wanted to recommend it a few times, so here we are. This is what I would call a mafia crossover book. So there is an MC in this and there's mafia, which I actually liked, which I actually enjoyed. I really liked that part of the book because it's like a mafia secret society MC club dynamic, and it was pretty fun. So there's not too much I can really say about this book without spoilers, but basically the hero in this one, Wicked, is the friend of Royce from Sicko, which is another standalone by Emma Jones. And if you know him as the like broody, tortured guy in the corner, you know? He's very like mysterious, has a lot of secrets, hiding a lot of shit, and most of it comes out of his past. And his past heavily involves the heroine, Ruby. It's kind of like a friends to lovers thing with a little bit of second chance, and it's really good. Of course, this is an Emma Jones book, so there's gonna be so many twists, so many turns. It's gonna be pretty confusing, but if you think you're ready for that, I definitely recommend this book because, like I said, the element of the mafia and the MC club and the kind of like secret society vibe of it was really good. Emma Jones is really good at writing secret society, mafia, MC shit. She showcased it in this one. I really enjoyed that part of it. Like I said, it is not the most organized book, so if you think you're ready for that, definitely recommend Wicked by Emma Jones. And then my next one is a series. This is I like to call it the God series by Rena Kent. I really genuinely don't know what the name of the series is. The first one is God of Malice. This series is kind of but basically the like plot and overview of this series is that they are two colleges competing kind of. They are children of books that Rena Kent has written before, so they're like the next generation, but basically every like mafia related family or elite family sends their kids to these two colleges, and of course they get up to a lot of shit. Sorry, I just got a really bad phone call in the middle of filming and completely forgot what the fuck I was talking about. The God series by Rena Kent. It is a college romance, so there's not too much mafia. It's not very mafia heavy. That being said, the third book especially has a lot of mafia in it. So they are all pretty dark. They are all also long books. So if you don't like long books, this may not be the series for you, but they are really well written. They have a lot of awesome tropes. Like the first one is stalking, psychopath hero, kind of like a forced relationship with blackmail, hate to love. The second one is a bit of a forbidden romance. It is also stalking, a like really quiet broody hero, grumpy sunshine. And then the third one has a lot of primal kink, also a bit of stalking, pretty dark, and it's a bit more like Halloween-y themed. So a really great series, really fun. If you love college books or lighter mafia reads, then I think this one is for you. I recommend the whole series. I love them. So far they've been bangers, and yeah, definitely a great mafia romance to recommend, but like I said, not too heavy on the mafia. This next one I'm so excited to talk about because I read it in December. I haven't been able to do my December reading wrap up yet, and it's killing me because I really need to talk about this book. So it might be a bit of a gushy like recommendation for it, but this is A Kiss of Venom by Bina Khan. I believe I'm saying her name right, but anyway, I need to talk about this. So this is a forbidden mafia romance, guys. It follows the Pakan of the Russian mob, Russian mafia, and a FBI agent or DEA agent, I'm not too sure. She's like a government agent. She's part of the police, and he is a mafia boss. He is a mafia man, and oh my god, it's so good. So basically it starts off where the heroine, whose name is Ghislaine, it's written a lot different, but there at one part it is said that her name is pronounced like Ghislaine. So Yeah, I love her, by the way. I love her. So anyway, it starts off the book with her in a coma because she and her husband got into a car accident. He passed away and she has been in a coma for 3 years. Oh, and also I forgot to mention, the whole series is a bit of a retelling. So this one is Sleeping Beauty, kind of, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, the hero, Alexander, he is at the hospital to kill someone, and Ghislaine's daughter comes up to him and is like talking to him because she's like a really bubbly kind of kid, and somehow he goes into her room, kisses her, and she wakes up. So like, once you get past that, I promise it's much more realistic and much better, but it just throws a little bit of like retelling in there, out of some fun. But she wakes up out of her 3-year coma after he kisses her. And guys, I promise it gets so much better after this, okay? I was a little bit like, girl, but I loved it. So he wakes up, she sees him, and she's like, where the fuck am I? Who the fuck are you? And once she gets better, once she gets back at her job as an agent, she realizes that, holy shit, he is the head of the mob and I have a case against him. So that sounds amazing. She's having some trouble in the workplace and she's really trying to find her feet after her husband died, and she's really struggling to connect with her family, struggling to get back to life, and something happens and he's there to protect her, and it kind of starts from there because they just have that push and pull in a relationship where you just cannot get away from each other, and their chemistry, their tension, the angst, the forbiddenness, everything in this was on par. This was like a 5 fucking star read, almost 6 stars. I loved this. If you love groveling, this is the goddamn book for you. There is so much groveling in this. Honestly, I love a good anti-hero, so I was fine with it. I was like, yeah, he didn't do anything wrong. He could grovel because I love a good grovel, but to me, he groveled for like a little bit too much. So if you're a fan of groveling, this is the book for you. Yeah, it's just so good. It's steamy. It's hot as fuck. It's forbidden. There's a lot of tension, a lot of angst. They shouldn't be together, but they want to be together, and he's like a bit of an asshole, but he changes his ways, and it's so sweet. I highly recommend this. This series is also really good. I've read the 3 books in it. After that first book, which is this one, the others really did not compare. But anyway, A Kiss of Venom, guys, you need to fucking read it. If there's one book that you're gonna read from this recommendation video, please let it be this. I am obsessed with it, honestly. Another one that I was obsessed with, and I literally should have started off with these recommendations because they're so good, but The Devil of Dublin by B.B. Easton is another one that is really good. I think you could guess this. It is based in the Irish mob, and it is also based in Ireland, or like somewhere like on that side of the ocean. I don't know. This one is also a bit more mafia-light, mainly because he is kind of just like contractor for the mafia. For lack of better words, he's not like a pacan or anything like that. He's kind of just like a weapon that the mafia hires, kind of. So it is a friends to lovers book. So it starts off with the hero and the heroine. The heroine's name is Darby and the hero's name is Kellen. There we go. It starts off with them when they were younger. Darby visits her grandpa in like Wales, Ireland, I don't know, wherever that dude is, and goes into the forest and sees Kellen in this like fort that he built. And Kellen at that time doesn't really talk much. He's not non-verbal, but he just doesn't really feel very comfortable talking. But that's literally not a problem because Darby as a kid is like this bubbly ass person and can spew words for an hour straight. So it's fine. They strike up a friendship. She comes back every year and they have this like attachment sort of thing to each other, which I'm here for it. I love those. And then one year she doesn't come back, with a heartbreak. And then when she finally does come back, she is much older. She's engaged. Her grandpa died and she came for his funeral. And Kellen has just suffered so much since he's been alive, but also like since she left. And he now works for the mob. He's done a lot of dark shit. Yeah, when she gets back and he is like, I cannot resist seeing her just once, they get into this like whole fucking thing. Yeah, there's so much that goes on and they get into this like mess and they can't get out until the end, and it's very entertaining. I feel like this is a couple that stays together after the epilogue. This is a soulmate type of love. It is beautiful. They definitely have a lot of issues they work throughout this book. Kellen's job or life is definitely a major part of this, but they're just really beautiful together. I really enjoyed it. It is surprisingly a bit of a lighter read in the sense of their relationship. Like, the world they live in is really dark. The things they've experienced, they're really dark, but their relationship is pretty light, and I'm mainly talking about the sex scenes here. They were not as dark as I would have loved, but anyway, I really recommend this for a great mafia read. If you have a lot of triggers, you might want to search them up before you read this, because in that sense, it is pretty dark, but it's a fun ass book. I cried, guys. I never fucking cry over books. the last time I cried over a book, I literally could not tell you. I think it was like last April, last May, I don't know. Yeah, it definitely is a beautiful book. The first bit especially, it's so beautiful, and I definitely think you should read it. So my last one, I couldn't resist it. My hair is really starting to piss me off. I recommended this in my last 3 recommendation videos. I just can't fucking stop. Rush and Ruin by Catherine Wiltshire has just seemingly fit into every single one of my last recommendation videos. Don't know how. It has the age gap, it has the dark romance, it has the mafia shit, it has cartel shit, but I'm not able to make a recommendation video for that because I don't have enough yet. It is just such a good book. Such a good duet, actually. The next book comes out tomorrow, so like, this is another reason why I need to recommend it. This is the perfect time to read this book. It is so good. So let's get into it. It is another friends to lovers kind of thing. It has a bit of like mythology and like myths in it. It's pretty fun, actually. Similar to the last one too. There's a bit of like mythology and lore kind of in Devil of Dublin. Loved that. I love that in a book. It's very fun. But yeah, this one follows Eldir and Ella. They are friends because their parents are friends. Eldir's adopted, but if you read the generation before this, because this is the second generation's book, then you'll know Ella's dad is Dante and Eldir's dad is Grayson. I don't know, guys, those two are some of my favorite heroes and anti-heroes of all time. I love them, so I automatically love this book, but also because of the way this book is written. It's a pretty quick read, it's pretty fast-paced, but Eldir is just everything I want in a hero. He is like, touch her and I kill you, very protective, a little bit angry and like expressive, but like in a violent way, and he's got a lot of fire to him, we'll say it that way, but so does Ella. She's been through a lot, definitely. She's not a like in-your-face kind of heroine. She's none of the 3 C's of cringy, cliche, and clingy, but she has just gone through a lot. She's like got fire in her, got determination and drive, but like just a perfect heroine to me. I love them, and they're like an amazing couple in my mind. But yeah, this book, it's amazing. It's a bit of a forbidden mafia romance because her dad is Dante, and if you know, you know. Honestly, if you've read Dante's book, you know. But Dante is just like the most anti-hero, touch her and I kill you ever, and he like threatens Eldir so many times in this book. But anyway, it's also a bit forbidden because she is a reporter and Eldir is the head of the New York cartel syndicate, so there's some fiery flames there. It's such a good book. It ends on a huge ass cliffhanger though, but if you read it today, you can read the second one tomorrow and all our problems will be solved. That is again on today's video, everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I feel like I had a few more books to recommend, but I've kind of lost track of them now. But I definitely have more on my TBR, so hopefully I can make a part 2 to this very soon. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you so much to Naima for collabing with me. Make sure you go check out her video, guys. It'll be down in the description. I'm very excited to see what her recommendations are, and happy December, happy holidays if you celebrate, and thank you very much for watching. All of my links are down in the description. You can find my Goodreads, my Instagram, my email, all of that. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys for the beginning of my Vlogmas coming very soon.